Sairam, dear listeners, in this podcast, I'm going to be bringing to you the inner meaning of this bhajan Sairam Ghanshyam Bhagawan Tumhara Naam. So, it basically describes how loving God is, and it is God who takes care of us, it is God who protects us, it is God who helps us when we are stuck with something in our life, and it is eventually God, ultimately God, who God and only God who can do all this, right? So yes, but the inner meaning, if you go a little deeper, it actually tells you that yes, it is God and only God who can love you to the core, no matter how many flaws you have, no matter how much of doubt you carry over yourself, still that God trusts you, that God is with you at every step during your life until the emergence happens. Yes, it is God and only God, but still, every person in your life who has already come into your life, every person who is presently in your life, in every relationship that you have in your life, is also a manifestation of the same God, of the same divinity. The second line of this bhajan that says, तुम बिन कोई नहीं रखवाले. So the Rakhwaley, the one who takes care of you, is Bhagawan, is God, is the divinity, is the divine, right? So now imagine you're a school going child. You're walking from the gate to towards the school assembly or the school classrooms where you have to reach. That's your ultimate destination at that moment, for that moment. And suddenly there's a huge downpour of rain, and you just don't know that you didn't have an umbrella. You didn't know that you thought your bag had an umbrella, but you do not have an umbrella. And you're like, okay, let me just gather myself, and holding the lunch bag, you're just running and running, trying to run. But then your friend, who's by this time, who's picked out her umbrella and opened it up, has just glanced around, looked at you, and she came running towards you with that umbrella to hold the umbrella over you as well, covering both of you. So, what happened at that point of time? It's a sign. That's a sign of she taking care of you. Rakhwale. Right? So, no matter, yes, God is a Rakhwale, but here in this sign of your friend taking care of you, you can see the very nature of this taking care is God itself, is divinity. The very nature of oh, I see something, I see someone going through trouble there, let me go and do my bit. That very thinking, that thought itself is God, right? So yes, even in that friend there is divinity, even in that friend there is Bhagavan, even in that friend there is God. But a little deeper meaning is that thought itself is God, that kindness itself is God, that compassion itself is God, that nature of taking care itself is God, that emotion itself is God, that feeling itself is God. So, the first level to understand is yes, God is the only one who takes care of us. No matter how much you doubt yourself, no matter how unprepared you are in this lifetime, you don't know what's happening in the next 1 hour, but then God is very well prepared for you. God is the only one who takes care of you, right? The next one level deeper is yes, God is the only one who takes care of you, and God manifests Himself in various forms of people surrounding you. It could be a friend, it could be the spouse, it could be a colleague, it could be a random person on the road. There was this experience that I had, that I was going through. Let me quickly share it here. So I was going along with my children, two daughters, and I was going through the lanes of Miapur in Hyderabad. So I had to take them to a certain point, that is a gymnastic center to be specific. And then we were kind of the time was we were about to reach just in time for the class, if everything was going well, if everything was going well, if the road that I took was in good shape. But what happened? I was just quietly seeing a little 50-meter ahead, and I saw vehicles taking a U-turn, kind of diverting their route towards another road. So I anticipated that okay, something might have been wrong. Maybe the road is under construction or something. Okay, so it is time for me to think over what is my next step. Now I had to switch on my location, my GPS. I had to turn on open Google Maps. application, I had to put in the destination and all of that. And all these were running in my mind. So all this definitely takes a little more time, maybe 4 minutes to 5 minutes. This needs my presence to open the phone and do all this. So yes, it needs a little more time. Now let me just quickly take a U-turn and then set all this up and then go to the gymnastic center, wherever the destination was. So I didn't even take a U-turn. I just took the side, pulled off my car towards the side of the road to just turn my steering wheel. I just turned my steering wheel and I see a person over a two-wheeler, over a bike, who was about to leave, in the opposite direction, the reverse direction in which I was there, who was already about to leave. He was on his own way. But then, as I turned the steering wheel and I turned my head towards my right, I see that person turning his head towards his right. So basically, he was looking at me, facing me. And he just signaled to me with his hand, that way, something like he's kind of showing me with his hand. Take that road, there is another road there, you can take. So at that point of time, there is another road there, so I can as well go there. Right. So maybe that person maybe was again, he maybe just guessed it that I was also taking a U-turn. But I was not visibly, the car was not visibly pointing out to taking a U-turn. There was another road to the left and I could be going any direction at that point of time. But I saw that person signaling me. So again, what happened? There is a person who came by. I don't know him. I was grateful for him. I said thank you to him with my hands as well as internally, right? And then I went by that road and I could reach the destination. So basically what happened was, at that moment there was a person who took care of me reaching my destination, because the road that I expected, I kind of backtracked with the time that could take, was disturbed, was under construction. I had to take another route, and this person came by and gave me the required directions. Now why should he do that? I don't know. Why did I even look at him? I don't know. Why did he have to look at me? I don't know. Why did he have to stop his vehicle for that? I don't know. Why did he have to signal me and then I kind of intuitively understand, okay, there is another road? I don't know. But everything happened. So this emotion of kindness itself is God. The person who showed me the direction is God. The third level of understanding is the thought of, okay, let me help that person, itself is God. Tum bina koi nahi rakhwale. Okay, I might have messed up with the tune there, but let me get going. So yes, this was about the nature of taking care, right? And the third line says, Nahi apad Saharey. So apad, when we encounter an apad, an obstacle, a disturbance, the one who helps is again Bhagawan. Yes, so it's only Bhagawan who can help you. So just stop caring about the world and only start glorifying Bhagawan, Bhagawan, Bhagawan. Yes, that is another kind of perspective. But Bhagawan has also, Swami has already clearly told that yes, God is important, but seeing God in everybody is even more important. So yes, it is Bhagawan who helps us as we go through that sentence. That is something that we kind of understand, that it is only Bhagawan who can remove our obstacles. But how does God do that? How does the divinity do that? Divinity does that by sending people at the right time, at the right moment, just as how I explained to you that experience. That is actually an example of this Apat Saharey. There was an obstacle on my course, on my way, and there was somebody who's paused there and helped me, right? And even in your life, during your childhood, during your young adulthood, you might have experienced, you might have interacted with various different kinds of people who helped you at the right time with the right resource, with the right information, and you continue to receive such. But just that our mind gets so much busy with worries and complaints and anxieties that we rarely look at the kindness that is coming into our life. So there was another experience that I went through. I was kind of that was an age when I didn't have the need to carry any money to the school. So I was maybe a young school going child, and we used to take public transport back then. So I was at a certain road which was very new area to me. So I still don't know, I still keep thanking that person, but there was a lady who kind of maybe she expected that I was looking out for help. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't know how to reach out to people. It was pretty new there. So she just stopped by and she said, "Do you need some help? Where is your house and all?" And again, gratitude to that lady that I was dropped home a little close by to the home, to the house. So again, you see, obstacles. You do face obstacles in your journey, just in your daily journey, just in your journey to office, just in your journey to the shopping center today. Yes, but still there are people who come to help you. So again, the first level of understanding is Apat Saharey is God. It's only God who can help us with during obstacles. The second and inner meaning of one level deeper meaning of this statement is, it is God that is present in this person who is helping you. So, in that person, verily there is God. God resides in that person. That is what we have to connect with. And the third, deeper, one level down, a one level deeper meaning is, the third level of meaning of the statement is, the very feeling and the very emotion of daya and compassion itself is God. Let me help that person. That thought itself is God, right? So it's not like that person is God and I am God. Yes, that is true. But let's go deeper. Let's connect deeper and deeper and deeper. As much as deeper, you can peel off all these layers, right? So you can, at that level, you no more see any difference between you and God. It's like that. Like every cell, every thought, every feeling, every emotion itself is God. Not just the physical organ heart. In my heart, God resides, all of that, right? Deeper, go deeper. That's the point. And then the fourth line in this bhajan is, तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले, तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले. So nobody can give love like God. Nobody can shower love like God. Non-judgmental, always graceful, always merciful. No matter how many mistakes you commit, no matter how much, how doubtful you are upon your own self, no matter how much unwilling you are to live your life, still God loves you. Still divinity loves you, right? That's such a good feeling to just know that there is somebody out there who loves me. There is somebody out there who takes care of me. There is somebody out there who's always helping me. That is such a good feeling. Just immerse yourself in that good feeling. And then comes one level down meaning of this statement. That is, anybody who's showing love, right, is also a form of God. Any person who's showing love, be it your family member, be it somebody outside on the road, be it the person who's helping you around with your house helper, right? She or he is doing something for you out of that good feeling, that kindness, right? That also is a form of love. That person also is a form of divinity. Swami resides in every person out there. And shall we go to the third level, the even one level deeper? For about the meaning of this statement, Tum bina prema koi nahi dene wale. The feeling of prema itself is God, right? So if God resides as a feeling of prema. It's not like God resides, again, I might be repetitive at this point of time, but yes, that's the point. Yes, God lives in you, God lives in every other person. Whatever good things you are seeing around, whatever kindness you are receiving from around, God lives in everybody out there. God is coming to you in various forms and names and forms of all those people. But a deeper meaning is, the feeling of love itself is God. The feeling of bliss itself is God. The feeling of happiness itself is Swami, right? You getting in touch with that feeling, you getting in touch with that emotion itself is you are getting in contact with divinity. And the more and more you are doing this, the more and more you you kind of befriend your emotions, your feelings, you become that divinity. There is no difference. There is no difference between your nature and divine nature. That mergence will eventually happen. And quickly moving on to the fifth line, that is Tumho Mere Atma Ram Baba. And this pretty much summarizes the above three lines. That is, God is present in everybody out there who is showing kindness, who is showing love, who is showing compassion, who is kind of taking care of you. And also, right, God is also present in you, right, in your Atma. So God is very much residing in your Atma. So there are various, various perspectives, various levels of understanding that you can gain, that you can experience when you are going through this bhajan. तुम बिन कोई नहीं रखवाले, तुम बिन कोई नहीं आपत सहारे, तुम बिन कोई नहीं दे, तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले, तुम हो मेरे आत्मा राम बाबा. Such a beautiful stanza, right? So that's it. This bhajan, the very purpose of this bhajan is to connect with your own inner divinity. And once you connect with your own inner divinity, you will start to connect in this presence of divinity in every other person. And as you keep doing that more and more and more, you will eventually realize that every emotion, that bliss, that happiness that you get, that kindness that you are showing or you are receiving, that emotion itself is divine, is Swami, right? And just to conclude, the last line is Bhagawan Tumhara Naam, Sairam Tumhara Naam. Of course, Swami is not limited to this name of Bhagawan or Sairam. Swami has various names and forms, and the names and forms are not just also not limited to the divine avatars or divine incarnations. Every person who's coming to you is a manifestation of this divinity, is a name and form of this divinity. I hope you were able to reflect something from this sharing, and of course this sharing, I can't call it my sharing. In fact, there is nothing that we own in this life, right? Everything is just passing by. Something comes to me, something I put out, something that just goes by. Yes, so I hope you could reflect something from this sharing, from this podcast, and make sure you comment your learnings under this podcast or under the YouTube video, wherever you are watching this, wherever you are listening this. This helps me connect with you better. Thank you. Sairam. అక్కడ నుండి చూస్తున్నారు మీరు.